Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here. I hope you've got your coffee, your tea, your wine, wherever you are on this beautiful place that we call planet Earth. And we are back with the rumour mill. Today, we've got a few things to go over. I have got Portugal in my sweepstakes, so I'm absolutely buzzing at this moment in time, as long as they don't meet England. That would be perfect, to be honest. The Portugal-England final, would I like that? Probably not. Any England final, I wouldn't like, to be honest with you. But I said it before, I'm going to say it again, guys. Calvin Phillips, absolute Don Corleone in that performance, absolutely superb, ran the business in the midfield, loved it, can't wait for Friday when he does the exact same thing to John McGinn. Don't clip this up, that will happen, trust me. Now listen, let's get into your latest transfer rumours. So we've got Barry Douglas, who looks like he's going to be on his way. Listen, his contract runs out on the 30th of June. He's got Istanbul, he's got Atlanta, not Atalanta, that would be an unbelievable move. Atlanta in the MLS out for him as well, and Bristol City. There's a 1, 2, 3 tier list there, isn't there? You've got Atlanta number 1, you've got Istanbul 2 and Bristol City number 3, but yeah, Atlanta, the MLS, looking to secure Barry Douglas's services. Apparently, they are leading the race, and I wish the very best to Barry. It didn't work out for him at Elland Road. It probably didn't work out for him for Wolves in the long run, really. And I hope that he finds his feet at a different club. I really do like him. He was involved in everything. Apparently, he was a very experienced head that helped the younger lads as well, the likes of Jamie Shackleton, through the promotion sort of campaign that we had, which was wonderful, and apparently he was a pivotal part of that, so that was great to see. He got involved with everything, typical Scottish lad, getting involved with the celebrations. Absolutely love to see it, but good luck to you, Barry. Now, Eurosport are claiming that Leeds are 100% in for Adama Traore. Apparently Leeds United have got long-standing interest, quote unquote, and obviously, we saw with Wolves earlier on this season that they have slashed the asking price for Adama Traore as they look to a quick sell. So he was 80 million quid. That was his valuation last season. That has been halved because Wolves want to sell 40 million. Apparently, Leeds are interested. Apparently, Chelsea are interested. What do you guys think? Personally, Rafinha and Harrison are my starting wingers all day long. Harrison is set to sign for Leeds United, we all know. I just don't see where Traore fits. What's he got? 40 appearances collectively and three goals and 2 assists. I mean, Jack Harrison's already trumped those numbers already. What I would say, Marcelo Bielsa getting to grips of Adama Traore would be terrifying. It would be terrifying, and that is what you've always got to take into account. He is a grafter. He does work hard for his side, and in defensive capacity, I've always thought he was all right when I've watched him as well. The thing is, all of our players were average when Bielsa got hold of them, okay? These players that we're going for now are not average. These are top players who could Bielsa make them even better. A Traore now is a very good player, really. His end product's not there for me yet, but grabbing hold of him right now when he's still young under Marcelo Bielsa's tutorship, imagine what player he could be in 1 or 2 years. That is the only caveat I will say to this. But will he come to Leeds United to be sat on the bench? I don't know, but we've always said on the rumour mill that Jack Harrison needs a little bit of competition. He needs a little bit of competition, and I think it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Leeds will do that. I probably wouldn't go for it because I think the wages are going to be sky high as well, but let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Klopp as well, I will just add, called him unplayable this season. Joselu, who was at West Bromwich Albion this year, he's at Celta Vigo. He was on loan at West Bromwich Albion, and he wants a Premier League move. Now, there's been chat everywhere that Leeds United have an interest in this guy. They want to see him as a backup to Calvin Phillips. We've also heard the rumour mill about Harrison Reed, that being a little bit more likely. I do see Joselu as a much more likely option, but he wants to play in the Premier League. He will not be playing in the Premier League. He will be rotation, and that's what we continuously keep saying with exactly what's going on with Leeds United. It is going to be one of those where whoever comes in, whoever's going to be part of this system is going to be a number 2 for Calvin Phillips. That is how it is. That's my brother, by the way. So yeah, he's going to be a number 2 to Calvin Phillips, as whoever comes in is a goalkeeper potentially is going to be a number 2 to ELLAND. But yeah, he wants a Premier League move, and apparently he said, according to his representatives, that he would think about a Leeds move. Well, I mean, mate, you'd be It'd be unbelievable if you got a Leeds move. Unbelievable. No disrespect, you've been at West Brom and you've been at Celta Vigo. Leeds United are on a different trajectory, my friend. Apparently, to do with Nandes, the Uruguayan midfielder who Leeds allegedly were interested in, the Italian club chairman has actually come out, the club chairman, obviously the Cagliari club chairman, has come out and said that Leeds have no interest. And apparently we've made no bid, we've made no formal contact. So scrape Nandes off your list. I mean, you couldn't get it more from the horse's mouth, could you? Unless there's some sort of negotiation strategy going on there, which there might be, but it'd be a bit bizarre. And some great news as well, guys, when it comes to the stadium, Leeds United Stadium. It looks like we're putting the training ground development, Leeds obviously moving to Fullerton Park, on the hold at this moment in time. Leeds are going to be spending so much money on it, bringing 3G pitches in, different facilities. Marcelo Bielsa essentially was at the helm at all the developments as well. That has been put on hold because Leeds United are looking to increase the capacity from, I think it's around 36 at a push right now, because Bates ripped out all the seats for his bloody hotels. It was at 40. I think it's now at 36. I might be wrong. It might be a little bit less. And what the 49ers want to see as a project, what they want to do with Rad Razani and this Leeds United Stadium, is get it onto a 55,000 seater stadium. It was originally a 50,000, but Leeds have upped it to 55, and Leeds will sell out. Listen, Leeds will sell out. If you've ever been to Elland Road, there is so many season ticket. The waiting list is unbelievable. Like, you know, I'm not a season ticket holder at this moment in time. I was for years, but I'm not at this moment in time because of my job. But I can't get into Elland Road. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous just for the general guy to get there. And if they made Elland Road bigger, it would 100% sell out. You know, Leeds, you realise when you go up and down the country, you know, even when I went to Torquay, went to Bournemouth, people recognise you. There's Leeds shirts everywhere and all this sort of stuff. I mean, the largest amount of shirts I saw when I was down south, I saw Man United tops, obviously, naturally, like you do. But the second shirt I saw was Leeds United, which is nuts. It's absolutely nuts, isn't it? Obviously, you know, now we're in the Premier League, a lot of people are wearing Leeds shirts more, granted. But I just think with the trajectory and the spectrum that Leeds United, you know, the spectrum being the scope that we can reach to, the trajectory is what we can get to in terms of so many different things. We're a massive club, and 55,000 is definitely achievable. You know, you look at the Elland Road, just the area as well, like the car parks out the back, all this sort of stuff. It is a big area to expand, so keep an eye on that one. Leeds beat Manchester United to the signing of De Bayo. Now, De Bayo is an under-16 Watford player who's been signed today by Leeds United. Apparently he's chosen Leeds over Manchester United and Chelsea, and the reason behind that's the blueprint, isn't it? It's the blueprint of getting into the first team. It's the blueprint of playing in this youth system which is thriving at this moment in time. Yeah, you know, you've got all those massive clubs and all this sort of stuff, but with Leeds you're going to get a chance. You are going to get a chance, and that is a massively attractive thing for so many youngsters at this moment in time. Being under there, you know, seeing what's going on with the regime there, the exciting things that when Victor Orta goes to sign a player, he can lay out. You know, the project of Leeds United now is only going upwards, and it's really, really great to see. But official sources state that De Bayo, who we're going to see a lot more of in the future, under 16 level, has been signed by Leeds United, and there was long-standing interest from Manchester United, Spurs and Chelsea, and he chose Leeds United. Great times, isn't it? Rodrigo De Paul, the saga is over. It looks like, according to Fabrizio Romano, we said this at the start of the season, it was going to happen. Apparently, he is going to Atletico Madrid, 35 million plus 10 million add-ons. There you go, signed, sealed, delivered. Thank God that is over with. Jesus, it's been about 18 months about talking about that guy. I'm sick of it. On to a bit more serious matters as well. Arnautovic. We saw earlier on when Austria were playing North Macedonia that they looked like there was some discriminatory conversation. Not conversation. There was something said from Arnautovic to Alioski on the pitch the other day, which apparently is UEFA are now investigating. So we don't know what's going to happen there, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on that one. I wanted to touch on this at the last as well. The Daily Mail. If you haven't seen it yet, the article wasn't too bad. I read the article, but it's just a disparaging headline. Basically, it was talking about Calvin Phillips' background and where his parents are from and where his girlfriend's from and where his dad is. His dad's in prison and all this sort of stuff. And just really hammering home in the headline in particular, Calvin's background, and you know, you're so defensive as a Leeds fan of our treasure, of our jewel that is Calvin Phillips, but it was a really negative headline towards Calvin Phillips. There's a lot of people trying to justify the article and say, no, it's well written and all this sort of stuff, but that's not the point. The biggest thing in a newspaper is the headline. The biggest thing publications put their efforts into is the headline. It's the clickbait, if you will. And that it's the headline. You know, I'm not going to read it out. You can go search it if you want to do that, and I'm sure you've all seen it if you're Leeds fans. But it is just disgraceful. It's disgraceful. I didn't enjoy it. If you think that's fine, then whatever. But I personally don't. It's my personal opinion, and I don't understand why, as a country, why do our media outlets and why do, just in general, we decide when one of our players has done really well, let's hammer him. Let's hammer him. And you wonder why we haven't won anything. You wonder why the pressure gets too much for these young kids. You wonder why. Oh, you know, the golden generation. Why didn't anything happen? Well, because, you know, you'd wake up one day and if Lampard or Gerrard or whoever hadn't had the best performance ever at 21, 22 years old, they'd be getting absolutely slammed by the press. You know, I remember Steve McManaman back in the day, Gaza back in the day. Phillips is only the latest one. You know, if Grealish has a good performance, if he plays against Scotland, there's going to be articles about his background and where his dad is and all this sort of stuff. I'm not for one saying there that Grealish's dad is anywhere, by the way. But you know what I mean? It really goes in on the background. It doesn't focus on the performance. It just tries to get clicks. And it was really disappointing to see. And I just want, as a nation, us to come together. You know, I mean, even if you're not English, you know, you can see these sort of articles and you're probably even more protective because you're not English and you're defensive of Calvin Phillips. But it was just annoying to see. Guys, that is it. I need a hoop in here or something like that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, guys. If you are seeing a bead of sweat, don't worry, it isn't sweat. I have just got out the shower. I just thought I'd tell you that anyway. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. There's a lot of you who've checked out my latest podcast, the Blue, White and Yellow. I think we've got over 4,000 downloads at this moment in time. So thank you so much. Go check out if you haven't. It's with my colleague Joe Donahue, my other colleague Baron Cross, and we're chatting everything Leeds United. Those episodes will be out weekly, so you're getting loads of Leeds United content from myself. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. As I say, please like the video and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.